Hi, and welcome back to our kitchen. Today I'm going to show you a simple potato salad that I came up with a long time ago. I was probably 18 years old, and I actually won a contest in the local newspaper for this. I try to keep it simple. You can add whatever you want to it, and I'll tell you that as we go along. But let's see how we do it. Now here I have 5 pounds of potatoes. I know it sounds like a lot, but if you're going to a picnic where there's a lot of people, you're going to need this many potatoes. Also, in our case, since there's the two of us, I'll be giving some of it to my daughter, and it won't go to waste. We love it. We eat it all the time. Anyway, I cut them up in cubes like that. Now these are the thin-skinned golden potatoes. I cut them up. If you're going to do it same day, do it this way, or if it's easier for you to cut them up and boil them, do it this way. Another way is to just boil the whole potatoes in a pot. Don't forget to add about a tablespoon of salt to your water. And if you're going to do it next day, I just leave them on my stove. After I pour the liquid off of the water, I leave them on the stove whole, and then I cut them up the next day. That's 2 ways you can do it. If you don't like the skins, peel them off, especially if you buy russet potatoes. Those are the ones that you get that are real big for baked potatoes. And remember, those get mushy. So if you like a mushy potato salad, that's what you would get. Now I'm going to start out. I got 6 eggs here that I hard boiled, and I found the easiest way to cut them up is a potato masher. So I put them in this round bowl because the thing's round, but you don't have to have this exact potato masher. And what that does is it cuts up all the whites and yellows, and the yellows are what mellows out the tart taste of the dressing. Then also what I have is a half a red onion that I diced up, and the inside celery stalks have leaves on them. Now this is a great thing for salads. For people that don't like the crunch of celery, you just chop these up and then chop the leaves, and then the stalk right here you would dice small. And again, these are optional. A lot of people don't like onions. If you still want to have an onion taste in your dressing, put in a teaspoon of onion powder. Okay, now we start the good stuff. In here I have almost 1.5 cups of Thousand Island dressing. And believe me, I never measured until today. I always just dump things in, and what I did is I used Kraft this time. There's all different brands. You can use your store brand. And what I usually would do is just dump it in until I get to almost this much of the bottle. So I measured it today. Miracle Whip. This is a salad dressing. It's not a mayonnaise. It still has eggs in it, but it's tangy, and it was touted as a salad dressing when it originally came out. And in this recipe, I'm showing you the way that I made it. If you want to change to mayonnaise, that's fine. It won't have the same taste. Scraped all that out. Now I make my dressing first. I don't dump it into the potato salad. Why? Because you want to taste it before you add it. And if you didn't taste it and you put it in there and it didn't taste right, that's why you do it ahead of time. Now in here I have about a tablespoon of mustard. Now I'm not getting fancy with this, just your regular yellow mustard. You can add Dijon if you want to get fancy with it, and our 1.5 cups of Miracle Whip. Now I like a creamy salad dressing. A lot of people don't like this much dressing, but I like it creamy because of the fact that when it sits, the potatoes absorb a lot of your dressing, and then you have a dry dressing. Now in here I have half a teaspoon of salt. Now be careful on the salt because your potatoes were boiled in salted water. Half a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of garlic powder, optional, a teaspoon of black pepper, or as much as you want for your household, and then I added a teaspoon of dried dill. You can use fresh dill or you can leave it out altogether. This was not in the original, but I have it on my shelf, so I figured I'd use it. Now, going back to the Thousand Island, the reason I use it, I came up with the idea that it's got pickles in it. And a lot of people put pickles in their potato salad. So I used it instead of adding pickles, and it makes it really good. Stir this up. Some people add red peppers, green peppers to the potato salad. This is a simple recipe that your grandma probably would make without any fancy things to it, just a simple salt and pepper and maybe some garlic powder, and your potatoes and your celery and your eggs. Now, taste your dressing. It's a little bit tart. Now remember, it'll mellow out with the potatoes and the eggs in your salad. But my suggestion is to add about, well, let's do a teaspoon of sugar. Mix it again. Make it creamy. Now you might get to the party and your guest or the company will say, "Why is your potato salad pink?" And I just say it's my secret ingredient. Perfect. Still tart, but like I say, when it mellows out with everything else, you won't believe the taste. There's been times when I stir it and there's not enough dressing. I just take a big old spoonful of more of Miracle Whip. But I think this is going to be enough. Now this is where I get in trouble, because the potatoes and everything is bigger than the bowl, seems like. I just got to be patient and slowly stir it, and you want the whole thing, you want all that dressing touching your potatoes. There's still a lot of dressing in there. And there's a lot of dried potatoes on the bottom. So what I do is I go down in, fold over. Lift the bowl, bring it up, fold over. Then I check the bottom. Still needs some stirring. Remember, you want to store this in your refrigerator at least an hour to let the flavors mellow out and to make it to where it's not tart. Like I said, you can make it your own. Do mayonnaise instead of Miracle Whip. And this is dairy-free and gluten-free. Now the only thing in the dressings, both the dressings, they have egg in them. So if you can't have that, then you would have to stay away from either the Miracle Whip or the mayonnaise. I'm getting watched by my kitty cat. She's staring at me, and I already fed her. She knows that I drop things on the floor that she can snag. Her favorite's bacon. Okay. This is my beautiful potato salad. If you want to make it fancier, you can put parsley leaves, chopped up parsley leaves. You can put sweet paprika, smoked paprika across the top to make it colorful. But this is the plain fact of my award-winning potato salad. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy making the recipe. Please subscribe to my channel and push the bell. That way you'll get notifications on every video I make. And push the like button on my recipes. And I thank you very much. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.